Romaine and Romaine once again. What's up, 23% Nation? This is your man, Coach D. Today, I'm back with vegetable of the day, the one and only romaine lettuce. Now, maybe you've heard of it, maybe you've never heard of it. Maybe you eat it all day, every day, maybe you don't. Well, whatever the case may be, please listen and watch on. Why? Because we're about to dive just a little deeper into the wonderful world of romaine lettuce. All right, first up, a little bit of background information. Now, a lot of us may be wondering, what in the world is romaine lettuce? Well, guys, romaine lettuce, which is often called cos lettuce, in some parts of the world is a variety of lettuce from the longifolia plant family. This type of lettuce grows in a tall head of sturdy leaves and has signature firm ribs down the center. Guys, take a look at the picture. As you can clearly see, that rib, it does run along the entire length of the leaf. That's right. It's that white part, as you can clearly see. So there we have it, guys. A little bit of background information about the one and only romaine lettuce. All right, more background information. Here's a very common question. Is Little Jim lettuce the same as romaine lettuce? Well, let's find out. Little Jim is one of many varieties of romaine lettuces, most of which are deep green with long leaves and a crisp texture. The taste of romaine lettuce is described as mild by some but deep in taste by others. Interesting. Now, a lot of us probably have no idea what Little Jim lettuce looks like, right? Well, take a look at the picture. There you have it, right? So, as you can see, Little Jim probably gets its name because it's smaller. It's shorter, okay? It's not as long, it's not as tall, right, as regular romaine lettuce. So, wonder no more? Just by taking a look at the picture, you can clearly see that there is a difference between Little Jim lettuce and romaine lettuce. All right, now it's time for a few fun facts. A lot of people want to know, which is better for you, iceberg or romaine lettuce? Well, let's compare. Compared to iceberg lettuce nutrition, romaine lettuce nutrition is a richer source of vitamin K, vitamin A, vitamin C, potassium, folate, and other micronutrients. So, ladies and gentlemen, this clearly answers the question, which is better? Well, class 23% Nation, it's obvious. Romaine lettuce wins the battle. That's right. Why? Because it's more nutritious. So there we have it, guys. A few fun facts about the one and only romaine. All right, more fun facts. Here's another common question. What's healthier, kale or romaine? Generally speaking, a good rule of thumb is that darker, hardier bitter greens like kale, mustard greens, collard greens, or Swiss chard tend to supply more antioxidants and fiber than lighter greens. Interesting. So, wonder no more, 23% Nation. We now know that kale is healthier than romaine lettuce. Why? Because it's darker. That's right. And here's what you have to understand, is that generally speaking, darker colored plant foods contain more pigments, which essentially are nutrients. That's right, guys. So the darker the plant food, chances are the more nutrients it's going to have in it. So if anything, you want to go with your more darkly colored plant foods as opposed to the more lightly colored plant foods. All right, more fun facts. Here's another common question. What about romaine lettuce versus spinach, right? Which has more nutrients, which is better for the human body? Let's find out. Apparently, spinach is a great source of vitamin K, C, A, and folate. While romaine also provides these nutrients, spinach is a richer source. So that answers the question, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, always go by the color, right? The darker, the better. Why? Because it simply contains more nutrients. So the next time you're in a store or in a restaurant, you may want to opt for spinach over romaine lettuce. All right, more fun facts. When purchasing romaine, look for leaves that are sturdy and not yet browning. Avoid buying leaves that have slimy spots or brown and yellow patches. Now, guys, take a look at this picture, right? As you can see, some of the lettuce has begun to turn brown, and it may be unsightly, but believe it or not, you can still eat it. However, you may want to cut off or discard the brown patches. So there we have it, guys. A few more fun facts about the one and only romaine lettuce. Okay, more fun facts. The leaves should also have a milky fluid, which gives the romaine the typically fine bitter herb taste. Look for romaine greens that are sold with their roots attached, which helps them stay fresh for longer. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're wondering what types of romaine lettuce you should get, well, look for the ones that have maybe a few roots, maybe a lot of roots. Whatever the case may be, look for the roots. Okay? Now take a look at the picture. There you have it, guys. So, the more roots, apparently, the better. So, more fun facts about the one and only romaine lettuce. All right, more fun facts. Whenever possible, look to buy organic romaine lettuce. Like all leafy greens, romaine lettuce can easily absorb pesticides and chemicals that are sprayed on conventional non-organic crops. Now, a lot of people may think, well, Coach D, why is it important to spray romaine lettuce with pesticides? Well, guys, the proof is in the picture. Take a look. As you can see, that piece of lettuce has been overrun by insects. That's right. Now, here's the thing. I love all animals, right? And as it turns out, a lot of animals like to eat the same foods that we do. However, we can't eat them at the same time. So, that's the reason for pesticides. It's to kill off the pests, right? However, you do want to be careful. Why? Because these pesticides, although they are primarily meant to kill off the pests, right, they can adversely affect our health. So, whenever you're eating romaine lettuce, you definitely want to opt for the organic type. So there we have it, guys. A few more fun facts about the one and only romaine lettuce. All right, it's time for the not so fun facts. Unfortunately, romaine lettuce has been linked to outbreaks of foodborne illnesses, including E. coli and salmonella, over the past several decades. Wow. According to recent romaine lettuce updates from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, there have been 34 romaine lettuce, E. coli, and other foodborne illness outbreaks involving leafy vegetables within the past 15 years. Lettuce is susceptible to bacteria because it retains moisture, grows close to the ground, and is commonly eaten raw. Interesting. Leafy greens are also eaten from salad bars that, in general, have the potential for lots of contact with people's hands, which can result in them carrying bacteria and germs. So, ladies and gentlemen, please be careful of lettuce, whether it's iceberg or romaine, okay? It might be infected with something not so fun, all right? So please, please, please be sure to always, always, always clean or wash your lettuce before you eat it. All right, more not so fun facts. Here are some tips for reducing your risk for becoming sick due to eating greens like romaine. Number 1, wash your hands before and after preparing fruits and vegetables. Number 2, Wash or scrub all fruits and vegetables, including those that are pre-washed under running water before eating, cutting, or cooking. Number 3, use separate cutting boards, utensils, and plates for fruits and vegetables and for raw meats, poultry, seafood, or eggs. Number 4, buy romaine lettuce from bigger grocery chains with more accountability and required testing. And lastly, buying organic greens also helps ensure that they were harvested in a more sterile environment free of chemicals, which is another concern for consumers. So, basically what this all boils down to is we need to be careful before we consume our lettuce, right? So, just make sure that when you get it home that you wash it, all right? And if it is of a major concern for you, then you may want to talk to the people who work at the restaurant just to find out how well the lettuce was treated before it was served on your plate or before it was introduced to the salad bar. So there we have it, guys. A few more not so fun facts about the one and only romaine lettuce. All right, it's time to dive into the 520 rule, which, by the way, is all about food labels. Basically, it's a guide. It's a guide that lets us know whether or not a food or beverage item is a good source or not a good source of any particular nutrient. Now, when we talk about the 520 rule, really we're talking about percent daily value, abbreviated percent DV. Now, let's take a look at our sample food label, which is clearly shown as a diagram, right? And there are 3 main parts: purple, yellow, and blue. So let's talk about it part by part by part. First up is the percent daily value column, which is shown in purple. And as you can see, percent DV is represented as a percentage. Now, this range can go as low as 0% to as high as 100%. Next up, let's talk about the yellow part, which does a really good job at highlighting a few nutrients such as saturated fat, trans fat, cholesterol, and sodium. It is unfortunate, but these nutrients do a really good job at promoting sickness, illness, and disease within the human body. So if anything, the next time you eat or drink something, you probably want to make sure that the percent DVs for those nutrients is as close to 0% as possible. Next, let's talk about the blue nutrients, which happen to be dietary fiber, vitamin A, vitamin C, calcium, and iron. Now, these nutrients do just the opposite of the yellow nutrients. Rather than promote sickness, illness, and disease, they promote health and wellness within the body temple. So the next time you eat or drink something, you probably want to make sure that those percent DVs are as close to 100% as possible. Now, normally, the 520 rule is simplified to simply mean that the percent DV at 5% or less is a low amount, whereas 20% or more is a high amount. But I want to take it a step further, right? Let's break it down. Let's be a little more specific. So, ladies and gentlemen, if a food or beverage item offers 0% to 9% DV of any particular nutrient, then that food or beverage item is not a good source of that particular nutrient. Next, if a food or beverage item offers 10% to 19% DV, then that food or beverage item is a good source of that particular nutrient. Lastly, if a food or beverage item offers 20% DV or greater, then that food or beverage item is considered an excellent source of that particular nutrient. So there we have it, guys, the ins and outs about the 520 rule. All right, now let's talk about the nutrition facts. So for today's lecture, we're going to say that a single serving of romaine lettuce is equal to 1 cup, which is about 47 grams. Now, in this single cup, 1 serving, here's what we're going to get. 8 calories. Yes, guys, that's it. Only 8 calories. 1.5 grams of carbohydrates. Look at this, 0.6 grams of protein, which, by the way, can help you grow more hair. It can help strengthen your fingernails and your toenails, strengthen your immune system, and guess what? Put on muscle weight. That's right. zero point 0.1 grams of fat, and look at this, 1 gram of fiber, which is what I like to call nature's plumber, right? It helps keep your tubes clean. For instance, it rids cholesterol from your arteries, and it rids waste from your colon. Nice. Now let's talk about the vitamins and the minerals. First up is vitamin A, coming in at a whopping 82% DV. Excellent source. Vitamin K coming in at 60% DV. Excellent source. Vitamin C coming in at 19% DV. Good source, but very close to being an excellent source. Next up is folate coming in at 16% DV. Good source. Then we have manganese coming in at only 4% DV. Not a good source. Then we have iron and potassium, each coming in at only 3% DV. So unfortunately, it's not a good source of iron and or potassium. So there we have it, guys, your nutrition facts about the one and only romaine lettuce. Now, take a look at the picture. A lot of people may want to grow romaine lettuce, right? Well, guys, I'm happy to report that romaine lettuce is one of the few vegetables that doesn't necessarily require soil to grow. As a matter of fact, all you need is jar, sunlight, and good old water. So once again, the nutrition facts about the one and only romaine lettuce. All right, now let's dive into the health benefits. But before we do, I want to talk with you about something rather special. It's called the principle of cause and effect, which basically states that every cause has its effect and every effect has its cause. There really is no such thing as chance and or luck. In other words, everything happens for a reason. That being said, that brings up a question. How do we apply the principle of cause and effect to romaine lettuce? Well, guys, it's easy. Remember, romaine lettuce is a plant food which contains lots and lots of phytonutrients, or we can say medicine. And so what happens is once you consume these phytonutrients, once you eat this medicine, well, guess what? The effect is the health benefit. So tonight or today or this morning, whenever you're listening to this video, we're going to not only give you the health benefit, but we're also going to let you know which phytonutrient is responsible. That's right. So, health benefit number 1. It's an excellent source of antioxidants. Now, the question is, what are antioxidants and which antioxidants are found in romaine lettuce? Well, guys, antioxidants basically are chemicals coming from plants that help to deactivate free radicals. Okay? Now, which antioxidants are found in romaine lettuce? Well, it's written right here. Say hello to vitamin A, vitamin C, and the phenolics. Benefit number 2, helps prevent bone loss. Nice. So the question is, which medicine is in romaine lettuce? It's called vitamin K. Benefit number 3, boosts heart health. Perfect. Well, the question is, which phytonutrients are responsible? Well, say hello to folate, vitamin A, and vitamin C. Benefit number 4, promotes healthy eyesight. Amazing. So the question is, what's the medicine? Well, say hello to vitamin A, vitamin C, zeaxanthin, and beta carotene. Benefit number 5, helps treat skin and prevent signs of aging. Well, guys, the phytonutrients that are responsible for this are vitamin A, vitamin C, potassium, B vitamins, and it has a low sugar content. Now, this is very important, and this may be of particular interest for those of us who suffer from acne, for those of us who suffer from pimples. Here's what you got to understand, is that when you eat sugar in the form of a processed food, such as cookies, cakes, pies, donuts, brownies, maybe white rice, right? Maybe white pasta, right? Maybe you're the type of person adding a lot of sugar into your coffee. Believe it or not, that sugar activates not so good things inside of your body, which result in you having acne flare-ups. That's right. So if anything, you definitely want to lower your sugar content. Why? Because it's going to help make your skin look young and youthful. That's right, guys. So if anything, please eat more romaine lettuce. All right, health benefit number 6. It boosts immunity. Great. So which phytonutrients are responsible for that? Well, say hello to vitamin C and vitamin A. Benefit number 7, can help fight cancer. Amazing, right? So we have chlorophyll pigment, vitamin A, and vitamin C to thank for that. Benefit number 8, helps maintain a healthy pregnancy. Ladies, so which phytonutrient is responsible? Which medicine is responsible? Well, say hello to folate. Benefit number 9, may help with weight loss. Amazing, right? Why? Because it has few calories, almost no carbs, and a high water content. And the last health benefit, number 10, is that it helps digestion and intestine health, right? So what are the causes? Well, high water content, lots of minerals, and good old fiber. So there we have it, guys. 10 amazing health benefits from the one and only romaine lettuce. All right, now it's time to talk about food, but specifically plant foods from our go-to website for everything vegan, forksoverknives.com. Well, guys, as usual, I went to the website, did just a little bit of research, and I came across 2 amazingly delicious vegan romaine lettuce recipes that I want to share with you right now. So the first one is grilled romaine salad. Take a look at the picture. Looks delicious, yes. Recipe number 2 is a PLT sandwich. Now, the PLT simply stands for green pea, lettuce, and tomato. Nice. Take a look at the picture. Looks scrumptious, yes. Now, guys, if you are at all interested in making and tasting either one of these recipes, then all you have to do is click on the description box. I am providing you with a direct link to both recipes. That's right. Now, here's some even better news, is that when you click on the link, you're going to discover a lot of great information, such as an ingredient list, such as instructions, pictures, and maybe even a video. That's right. So guys, do me a favor. Click on the link, make the dish, taste the dish, come back to the video, and let me know how it tastes. Please, I have an inquiry mind, so yes, I want to know. So there we have it, guys. Not 1, but 2 amazingly delicious vegan romaine lettuce recipes from forksoverknives.com. All right, 23% Nation, I hear you. A lot of you say, well, Coach D, thanks for the fun facts, the not so fun facts, and the nutrition facts. Oh, and did I leave out the recipes? But what I really want to know is, when should I eat more romaine lettuce? Well, guys, if that's your question, then I got to tell you that the perfect day to eat more romaine lettuce is Nature Day. What? Nature Day? Oh, yes, good old Nature Day. Here's what we have to understand about Nature Day, is that it is the first day of the 23% challenge. Now, maybe you've been living under a rock and you know absolutely nothing about the 23% challenge. Well, in a nutshell, here we go. The challenge is a monthly 7-day wellness program that is designed to help improve your health, your wealth, and your relationships. Oh, and by the way, it also helps to save good old planet Earth. Okay? Now, here are 2 things that we really need to know about the challenge. Number 1, it's every month. And number 2, it's only 7 days. As a matter of fact, it's the first 7 days of every month, the 1st through the 7th. So being that Nature Day is the first day of the challenge, that simply means that Nature Day is the first day of every month. That's right. So whether it's October 1st, November 1st, or even December 1st, it's always Nature Day. All right. So at this point, a lot of you may want to know more about Nature Day. You may be wondering, All right, Coach D. So, what is Nature Day all about? Well, Nature Day, in a nutshell, is simply all about eating more plants. That's it. Oh, and did I leave out drinking water too? That's right. So, guys, here's how it goes. Some people may have an easy time eating more plants. Other people may have a very difficult time eating more plants, right? So, I suggest baby steps. So, maybe you can try this. What about only eating plants before 12 p.m.? That way, after 12 p.m., you can eat and drink whatever you want. Or if before 12 p.m. doesn't work out for you, then what about after 12 p.m.? Right? You only eat plants and drink only water. Now, some of us may think, well, Coach D, 12 hours is not enough time. I need more time, right? So, for those of you who think that way, then I recommend you become a 3% vegan. Now, what is that? Well, it's any person, man, woman, or child, who only eats plant foods and drinks only water only one day out of an entire month. That's right. Next up is a 10% vegan. That's any person, man, woman, or child, who only eats plant foods and drinks only water only 3 days out of an entire month. Next up is a 17% vegan. Any person, man, woman, or child, who only eats plant foods and drinks only water only 5 days out of an entire month. And lastly is the ultimate 23% vegan. Now, technically, that's what Coach D considers himself to be. What does that mean? It means that I only eat from the 5 food groups of plant foods. That's right, guys. So, what are the 5 food groups of plant foods, you may be wondering? Well, here they are. Fruits, vegetables, nuts and seeds, legumes, meaning beans and peas, and let's not forget about whole grains. And of course, I'm only drinking water. So there you have it, guys. We now know what Nature Day is all about. So at this point, a lot of us are probably wondering, well, Coach D, okay, I get it. I know what it's about. I know when it is, right? But should I participate? I mean, is it really for me? Well, let's figure it out, all right? So maybe you're dealing with some health issues, physical health issues. Maybe you have the big 4. Heart disease, cancer, obesity, diabetes, right? And maybe you're looking for a natural, holistic approach to your healing. Maybe you have skin issues such as acne, psoriasis, eczema, pimples, whiteheads, blackheads, right? Maybe you have digestive issues such as ulcers and constipation and irritable bowel syndrome and leaky gut syndrome, right? Or maybe you have mental issues. Maybe you're depressed. Maybe you're sad. Maybe you get upset very easily. Or maybe you're bipolar. Well, guys, whether it's physical or mental, Nature Day is for you. Why? Because it offers a holistic approach to healing. Maybe you're the type of person who wants to change their appearance. Maybe you want to lose a few inches. Maybe you want to add on some muscle, right? Well, you can always try our vegan lean or vegan bulk program. Or maybe you're the type of person who just want to transition from the standard American diet to a more whole food plant-based diet. Why? Because you heard it was the trendy thing to do, right? Well, guys, it's easy. Eat more plants. When? On Nature Day. All right, now it's time for Coach D's tips. Guys, I want you to be successful on Nature Day, so please listen up because I'm about to offer you a little bit of help, a little bit of advice, 5 tips. Number 1, go to your local grocery store. Now, when you get there, you're going to go to one of 3 places. Number 1 is the produce section. Number 2 is the freezer aisle. Number 3 is the canned good aisle. Now, a lot of people may say, well, Coach D, what's best, fresh, frozen, or canned? Well, guys, if I gotta be honest, here's the order. Number 1 is fresh, number 2 is frozen, and number 3 is definitely canned. Now, why do I put canned foods last? Well, simply because whenever you put any food, whether it's an animal product or in this case a plant food in a can, well, a lot of processing has to take place. And it's unfortunate, but during that processing, a lot of the nutrients are destroyed and a lot of toxins are added in the form of additives, in the form of sweeteners, in the form of dyes. That's right. So it is very possible that when eating canned foods, you may be eating more toxins than you are nutrients. So please be careful. Tip number 2. Go visit the prepared dishes section of your local grocery store after you're done with the produce section, the freezer aisle, and the canned good aisle. Now, this is where you're going to find someone behind the counter and they're going to ask you what you would like, right? And the food is served by the pound, right? So here's what I suggest. Walk on over there, take a look, ask the person behind the counter if they offer any plant-based or vegan options, right? And if it looks good but it's unfamiliar, don't worry. Ask for a sample. It's free. And if you like it, go ahead and buy it by the pound. Tip number 3, go visit your local farmer's market. Now, I highly recommend this for people who are, you don't necessarily want the GMOs, right? You want organic this, organic that. I get it. Well, good news. Farmers markets are all about non-GMO organic plant foods. So, if that's you, then please go visit your local farmers market. Tip number 4, go visit your local vegan restaurant. Now, the reason why I recommend vegan restaurants is because they hire vegan chefs who not only know exactly how to cook plant foods so that they retain the majority of their nutrients, but they also know which plant foods to combine to yield the most nutritious, delicious dishes. That's right. So, do yourself a favor. Go to Google, type in vegan restaurants near me, and within less than half of a second, Google will give you your desired results. Now, when you go there, just let them know that Coach D sent you. Tip number 5, and this is my final tip. Get a subscription to a vegan meal prep company. That's right. Now, a lot of people say, well, Coach D, why do I need to do that? Well, this is for those of us who don't know how to cook plant foods. This is for those of us who don't want to cook plant foods. This is for those of us who don't have time to cook plant foods, right? Well, here's what I say. Let somebody else do the cooking for you. So this is how it works. Give them a call, get the subscription. They make the food, they deliver the food, you eat the food. Yes, it's just that simple. So there you have it, guys. 5 amazing tips to help make your nature day successful. All right, it's time for our question of the day. This comes from yours truly and the rest of the 23% nation. We want to know which is better for you, iceberg or romaine lettuce. Now, I believe I covered this information earlier in the lecture. So if you got it, good, please type your answer in the comment box below. If you didn't get it, it's okay. Just simply hit rewind. And again, type your answer in the comment box below. Guys, I want to thank you for watching. I definitely want to thank you for listening. As always, let's eat well, feel well, think well, do well, be well. This is your man, Coach D. Now, before I sign out, I gotta ask you to please subscribe, share, comment, and like the video, especially if you love romaine lettuce. And don't forget to use our 3-word mantra. It's #EatMorePlants. As stated earlier, my name is Coach D. I'm signing out. Always remember to take care, God bless, and never ever forget that Coach D loves you.